We are on number 110 out of 117 scriptures in the Old Testament that everyone should know. Let's go to the book of Wisdom. The book of Wisdom, Wisdom chapter 2, verses 10 through 2. And so if we go to the book of Wisdom, Wisdom chapter 2, verses 12 through 20, we're going to find something about the suffering of the righteous. It's a very important set of verses because it talks about how the righteous will suffer at the hands of the ungodly. What's so important about these verses in Wisdom 2, 12 through 20 is that we see these very sufferings in the life of Christ. And so let's go take a look at this amazing scripture here. So let's go to Wisdom chapter 2, 12 through 20. It says this. Now, as I read this, reflect on everything that Jesus did during his life and just consider how these words, in a certain sense, they prophetically prepare for Jesus' suffering. So just listen to this. Let us lie in wait for the righteous man because he is inconvenient to us and opposes our actions. He reproaches us for sins against the law and accuses us of sins against our training. He professes to have knowledge of God and calls himself a child of the Lord. He became to us a reproof of our thoughts. The very sight of him is a burden to us. Because his manner of life is unlike that of others and his ways are strange, we are considered by him as something base, and he avoids our ways as unclean. He calls the last end of the righteous happy and boasts that God is his Father. Let us see if his words are true and let us test what will happen at the end of his life. For if the righteous man is God's son, he will help him and will deliver him from the hand of his adversaries. Let us test him with insult and torture, that we may find out how gentle he is, and make trial of his forbearance. Let us condemn him to a shameful death, for according to what he says, he will be protected. These words in Wisdom chapter 2, they provide kind of a summary of how righteous people are constantly persecuted by the wicked. We see a lot of this in the prophetic figures, in the prophets. We see this in the life of Moses, the life of Elijah, the life of Jeremiah. But in a special way, if you look at Wisdom chapter 2, 12 through 20, and you read it, you can see how all of these same sufferings occur in the life of Christ, how he is persecuted by the unrighteous and vindicated when he rises.